Hey guys, today I'll be taking you through exploiting the FTP service on Metasploitable. With that said, let's go ahead and just jump in. So right now I'm just going to ping it, make sure that it is up. I'm just going to send one packet. Alright, I see that it's up. Alright, let's go ahead and nmap it. It should pull back pretty quickly. And that did. It did pull back quite a few stuff, but today we're going to just be looking at the FTP service. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to nmap again and run a scan against just that port to pull back all the information about it. And gonna specify the port I'm trying to scan. That looks good. Alright. I'm going to first look at the version of it, which is VSFTPD 2.3.4, and I do see anonymous login is allowed, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is try and connect to it. Alright, and here we see the version for it yet again. That is another way we could have enumerated the version of it, is if it just leaked those numbers right there upon trying to connect to it. So I'm going to try and log in with the credentials anonymous for the user and anonymous for the password. Anonymous, anonymous. Alright, and we see login successful. Something that I did notice is you have limited functionality within this FTP server. So something like ls, you are not able to run. Something like pwd, it does show you, but if you try and run an ID, you get permission denied. So that is what tells us we need to try something else to try and further exploit this for full functionality, whether it's, adding files or moving files, whatever you need. I'm going to go ahead and back out of this. I'm going to clear that. So we're going to take this version number. Actually, you know what? We'll take all of that. And what I'm going to do is search exploit the version. Oh, there we go. Alright, so we get two that come back, and we see that one has Metasploit next to it, meaning it is a Metasploit module and it is already in the Metasploit framework. I will do that second. First, I'm going to show you this one. I am going to mirror over this exploit, and I will do that by -m for mirror and then the path, and it will copy it over to my current directory, which is currently Metasploitable, if you see right here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is make another directory and call it FTP. Then I'm going to move this exploit into FTP, and then I'm going to go into FTP, and I'm going to rename this exploit to exploit. That looks good. Alright. What I'm going to go ahead and do is just figure out how to run this exploit. Looks like it's just going to need the host, so that tells me I just have to enter in the IP. Whoops. Alright, looks like we got a callback error. Connection refused. Let's just try that one more time. Alright, looks like we just needed a retry. Here we see success, shell opened. Let's try and do lsla, and we have files. This is good. This is what we wanted. to just kind of verify what kind of user slash group or environment or permissions that you're gonna have. You can just do a quick ID. We see that we are root. Who am I? And root. So just validation that we are root. So this is one way to pop a root shell on Metasploitable for the FTP service, and you just saw the steps going from the scan to try and logging in with the anonymous credentials to actually finding an exploit that grants you all functionality within an open shell. I'm going to go ahead and back out of that. Alright, so we are done right there. We don't need that anymore, actually. So the second way I'm going to show you is going to be using Metasploit framework. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open it by running MSF console. Should just take just a little bit to start up. Alright, here we go. What I'm going to do, two things you can do. You can do search, and then of course we had the path in our clipboard. Okay, it looks like you can use search with the version and numbers to pull back what you need, or what you could do is use vsftpd, and it will automatically load your exploit for you to use. What I'm going to do here, say options, we see that we need to set the rhost still, so that's what we're going to do. Set rhost 192.168.1.100. That looks good. That looks good. I'm just going to go ahead and run it now. And we have a session open. We can do lsla, and we have the files we were able to see before. If we do a ID, we see we are root. Who am I? Root. And this has been two different ways that you can get a root shell on Metasploitable trying to exploit the FTP service. I hope you guys liked this. I will post more videos like this in the future. If you have any questions or comments or recommendations about content in the future, please let me know below, and I will see you guys next time.